Namaskar, I am Dr. Pankaj Naram and I have been practicing Ayurvedic medicine for the past 20 years. I am here today to share with you about the ancient, original, secret art and science of marma shakti. This ancient and secret art has been preserved by an unbroken lineage of Ayurvedic doctors that originated with Lord Buddha's physician and was passed on to me by my Guru Param Swami. I am here today to offer you some of these basic daily techniques to improve your quality of your life and help you to stay centered and clear in the changing world. This ancient science is based on working with 108 subtle energy points that open the channels within body, mind, emotions, and also take care of our spirits. Over the years, I have used marma shakti to treat more than 400,000 patients that have visited my clinics in Mumbai, India, Germany, Italy, London, and United States of America. We also manufacture all our own herbal remedies at our factory, which has been awarded the highest merits for world's health standards. And now, just as my Guru has offered these gifts to me, I will take this opportunity to offer them to you. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. I believe in energy. This will be, I promise you, that this will be the best seminar in your life. And I really mean it. Because I am going to put my 1000% of my energy in this seminar. And when you go out of this seminar, you will be rich with lot of strategies, lot of techniques which are more than 6,000 years old. Before to start and go deep into the subject, I would like to understand you much better. How many of you know about Ayurveda? Very good. And how many of you know about pulse reading? Very good. And how many of you have an experience, actual, or know about marma? Good. Very good. Marma is more than 6,000 years old secret art and science of Ayurveda. Now, let me share you my special personal experience. The topic is how to stay centered, focused without getting disturbed in this chaotic world, isn't it? Now, my Guru said, knowing is not doing, but doing is doing. Now, suppose this whole science and art, what I am going to share with you, is something about doing. My Guru used to say, if knowing would have been doing, nobody would have got married. People would have read books on marriage and that would have been enough. But it is not like this. It is like an experience. In the similar way, pulse reading, marma is something like swimming. You know swimming? Now, you want to swim. You don't know how to swim. I give you 100 books on swimming and then throw you into water. What happens? You drown. For swimming, you need a swimming pool and you need a coach. So today we are going to have a relationship. I am not a guru, I am like a coach. Because this is my specialty. I only know two things on this planet. One, pulse reading, and second is marma, shakti. I will give you real life experience, my personal as well as whatever I have tried to help people in my last 20 years. There are more than 350,000 people, patients who came to me. If one person comes say 10 times, some people come even 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, like Avi, I know him from last 9 years. He comes every 2-3 months to show me the pulse, every 4 months. So, but there are some people who are so good and they become so good in even only 2 or 3 meetings. But say average, if I have seen about 10 times one person, then I have seen about 3.5 million pulse. And I have done more than 1 million marma. So all this extract I would like to give you in this next 2.5 hours. So I need your energy level high, lot of concentration, focus. Also will teach you how to focus in this seminar. Interesting? There was one person, I have just changed the name. His name was Sam, S-A-M, Sam. He was a British person, and he had a big desire to see the world, and he liked hiking and mountaineering. Due to some reason, he went to Kashmir. This is 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. Now suddenly, at that time, the terrorism had started in Kashmir, in India. He was, some terrorists, they thought that he is a very powerful person in British government, and they caught him, thinking that they can now negotiate with Indian government or the British government. They asked for £1 million and they caught him and they took him. He was a mountaineer and also knowing something about karate. Anyhow, he tried to escape, and they again caught him in Kashmir. Now, to make him dull, they started giving him some little drugs with injection, some heroin or I don't know what, but something was given to him. So he started becoming little dull, so he cannot run, and they knew that he is a fighter. He just goes away whenever he gets chance. Then something happened. His family, they collected some money because he was not such a rich man, but they tried to manage anyhow by £50,000, something like $60,000-70,000. And he was back in London. Now, after a few months, he started becoming weak. And whenever he was speaking, he started getting little cough and cold. He started getting allergies. And the British doctors, they told him to take out all the reports. Suddenly they found that he is HIV positive. And his immunity, which is supposed to be about 600 plus normally, was something like 350. Now he is a Britisher. He looks at all these things and he starts now trying to find out more information about his own position. So he goes more deeper in newspaper, magazine, meeting many specialists, and then all of them say that now whatever injections they used to give you, from that you have got this HIV. And now this cannot go, and by looking and trying to find out a lot of information, his immunity started going more down. He became more stressed. He was really in terror. He had anxiety, stress, nervousness, depression, and many things. And even his blood pressure would go up and go down. Now, more information and his more immunity goes down. After 6 months, he stopped even walking properly. His mouth became very small. And one day he finds that his immunity is 1. So he is admitted into the hospital, and they decide to give him some very special drugs, which was giving him a lot of reaction. Somebody tells him my name and he comes to see me before 9 years in Britain. I was working at that time in London. There was one of the workshop and I was speaking about HIV and immunity and everything. And there was one of his relative who was in the workshop and he says, no, can I call him? And then the next day the person comes. There are 4 or 5 people lifting him and bringing him there. And he says, I don't know you can help me or not, but whether you can help me or not, but according to all the statistics, my doctor says I have now fever, cough and cold, And if they give me antibiotics, I might die within 21 days. And if I don't take, I might die within 2 months. Now, according to Ayurveda, this is known as low ojas. Low ojas means immunity, the problem of immunity. At that time, I had never heard about HIV. This was one of my first cases in my life. And we started treating him for increasing his immunity. One, increasing his immunity of mind and emotions, which fights against terror and anxiety and stress. And he was not able to even forgive those people who did all these things to him. And suddenly after 6 months, the immunity which was 1 came up to 200. Believe it or not, today, he is still living, he is still going for hiking now, and now his immunity is 700 plus. 700 plus. So this is one of my real life example. Now when I got this topic, I was thinking, what is now America emotionally and mentally experiencing? Can anybody tell me? Somebody says terror, somebody says shock, fear, uncertainty. What else? Huh? Stress. Is there anything more than this? Then please tell me. Pain. Okay. Yesterday Barbara was also talking about devastation. Isn't it? Now the question is, the $1 million question is, how do we live in this situation? One, because I cannot give you any formula to remove this situation. But I can always give you a formula which is 6,000 years old, which our country is doing this, living on that formula for last 6,000 years. And how do we do it? How do we accept this situation and still live on this planet? Is it interesting? Is it making sense? Am I understanding your emotions? Very good. So let me please share with you 2-3 more experience and real life example. We had a very big, massive problem in Kutch. Have you heard about Kutch? Where there was an earthquake. Now, many people said, India is such a spiritual country. Why us? Why this is happening to us? And there are so many good, powerful spiritual centers. And why we? Now, I don't know why, but I know how to come out from this situation. So what was the problem? There was something more than 20,000 people, they died. One. Second, the house when they collapsed, we were all on the roads. There were real life problems because I had sent so many of my doctors to Kutch to give them certain herbal preparation, which I am going to talk, what we can do. And also some marmas which they can take so that they are comfortable and energetic. This is a similar situation. They were actually in real terror. What to do? They were suffering from what? Shock, anger, frustration, uncertainty, grief, because some people have died from their family. They cannot sleep. They have a lot of fear. Then nervousness, agitation, headache. Some girls and women, they started having nausea, giddiness. So my doctors, when they went there, they said, Pankaj, the problems are different. It is not only this natural calamity, but then what afterwards? How to give them a job, that is another thing. But how to live on the roads, and also still not get affected, or still not, so what to do? How to do? So it was a big issue. And how did we deal with it? Believe it or not, we must have helped more than 5,000 people like this. More than 5,000 people. Through my group. We were sending money, that was one thing. We were sending food, water, that was another thing. But they actually wanted this. How to deal with the whole situation mentally, emotionally and physically. So we used to send them a lot of herbal preparation and teach them some marma. I just want to honestly tell you How do you see how do you see Ayurveda, or what is your experience, or what uh, how do you define Ayurveda? So that I want to give you the real depth picture of Ayurveda. Anybody, please. Science to balance your life, okay. If there are any problems in life like this, what you are suffering and what our country is suffering, how can Ayurveda give an answer? What are the instruments of Ayurveda? If anybody has got idea, fine, otherwise I will go further. Anyone? Huh? And outside of us, very good. And how do we make a balance? How do we remove the blocks? Huh? To Yeah. Okay, very good, very good. Let's go deeper. Ayurveda says, now the principle what I am trying to tell you, we have 6 instruments to manage any life problems. 6 instruments. 1, herbal supplements, which I am going to talk. Second is diet, what to eat and what not to eat. Now suppose there is a terror, suppose there is anxiety, suppose there is depression, suppose I am not able to focus due to whatever reasons. Now what do I eat and what do I not eat? Or if what do I eat which increases my depression or which increases my anxiety, and how do I eat so that I can balance myself? 3, lifestyle. I need to have a new lifestyle. Then Panchakarma. Have you heard about Panchakarma? I will show you some techniques which you can do it at home also. Then home remedies. What home remedies can I take which can balance this? Now suppose, now we have to focus on this. Now suppose if these are the situation, according to Ayurveda, what is imbalance? Vata, Pitta or Kapha? Tell me. Vata. Vata means wind. Now this wind energy, due to shock, whatever reason, has disturbed my many vatas. So vatas are disturbing my mind and my emotions and my well-being. My whole spirit is broken. I get confused. I'm totally broke. My pillars are broke. So now, how do I recreate my own pillars? Are we getting? Very good. And last is marma shakti. So what are the marmas which we can do and which we can take care and which we can do now? I'm going to teach you. We'll learn this marma so that we can take care of all this situation. Now, the root cause of everything is fear, according to Ayurveda. Now, what is fear? This is diet for fear. Fermented food, fried food, alcohol, drug, meat, fish, canned foods and pungent foods. If you eat that, the fear, you are really nearer to the fear. What is life? Life is full of energy. And fermentation reduces your energy. How do you say alkaline? That makes you pitta, high pitta. Yeah, fermented foods we should avoid or make it less. Now you just write down and see, and then if there are some more questions, now what to take more? So this is to take more. According to my guru, there are 6 kinds of fear. Fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of loved ones, old age and death. Now, sometimes a person suffers from one fear and sometimes it is 2 or 3. Now, let's go and understand certain basics. What is fear? What is fear? These are types of fear, but what is fear? It's an emotion, okay. Opposite of love, okay. My guru used to say fear is a state of mind
based on our perception of what's going to happen. So the question is, how do we change the perception? How do we change the perception? So Ayurveda is a very beautiful answer of changing the perception. So now I will be taking you into a new area of how to change the perception. Any question up to now? Because this was little philosophical. So I want to now go into practical. So there are three basic strategies here. So we will be learning those three strategies. Also you should learn, also I would like to tell you what exactly the source of marma is. From where does this marma come? So there are four basic questions. What is marma shakti? What is the purpose of marma shakti? What is marma shakti? What is the purpose of marma shakti? What are the benefits of marma shakti and how does it work? How does it work in our real life? What are its limitations? Because there must be some limitation. It is not that it can do anything. And what are its side effects? So that I want to be honest with you. I want to tell you the whole picture about, and then you can decide whether you want to go into marma and how much you want to learn. According to my guru, marma shakti is a secret art and science of ancient Ayurveda. Secret art and science of ancient Ayurveda, which works on sensitive energy points of body, of mind and of emotions. I have tried to make a translation from the Sanskrit which made sense to me. The work is going on, but I am trying to give you the translation which I made. Marma Shakti is a powerful instrument of original Ayurveda. It's a process, a therapy. Now, what are the purpose of Marma Shakti? There are four purposes of Marma Shakti. One, it removes blocks from energy channels. If there is vata or pitta or kapha or am, whatever blocks. So first we have to find out the block and we remove the blocks. So it removes blocks from the energy channels. Second, brings vata to normal path. That is vyana vata. Whenever vata goes out of balance, the problem starts. So what we are going to focus is on today's topic, but this is the basic marma which can do on many levels. 3. Create physical, mental and emotional flexibility. When do a person become old? When do a person, Anybody? When you are rigid. Yeah? Not flexible. I have seen 20 years old person and I have seen my guru was 125 years young. Whenever you ask my guru, how old are you? He says, no, I am 125 years young. No glasses. If he catches your hand, you cannot stop. He's so strong and he's flexible and he's moving like a soft. So how to have that awareness, how to have that flexibility and still enjoy enthusiasm and energy. So this is the purpose of marma, to create physical, mental and emotional flexibility. 4, it's an opportunity to experience powerful and dynamic transformation. It can be on body level, mind level and emotional level. Now what are the benefits of marma? On physical level, it works on hernia. Have you heard about hernia? Hernia, hydrocele, tonsils. You know tonsils? Yeah. In India, we do a lot of work with marma. With marma, if you press right points, you can remove the tonsils. It shrinks. Removes means it shrinks. It doesn't disturb you. Then eyeglasses. I had glasses, -1/4 to 3, -1/4 to 4. It removed. I removed it through marma. Marma, some herbal preparation. Headache, cervical, lumbar spondylitis, arthritis, uterus. There are many women who have got uterus problem. Either it is retroverted or some fibroids and cyst. Then asthma, jet lag. Now I came yesterday night and today I am working in front of you. So how do I remove my jet lag with marma? And I am feeling alert. I am awake and my senses are proper. Then deep muscle twisting, neck, back, frozen, shoulder pain, back pain, stomach pain, sinus, migraine, blood pressure, heart disease, block in stomach, constipation, diarrhea, epilepsy. In epilepsy, marma works magical. Then how to remain youth, fountain of youth. That point we are going to take, because to feel good, you need to be physically good. Then pancreas, thyroid, thymus glands, kidney problems and fibroids. On mental level, depression, anxiety, addiction, nervousness, confusion, memory, powers of mind, freedom from past. There are many people who have a lot of problems from past. So how to have freedom from past? Fear, phobia, self-image, how to find out what is the purpose of your life, dealing with failure, dealing with change. Now there is a lot of change going on in your country, in my country. So how to deal with that change? Because there are lots of changes. Changes on value system, changes on belief system. Then pressure. How to deal with pressure, how to deal with stress, physical, emotional and mental, how to have instant energy, how to have focus, awareness, alertness and healing, and breaking your old beliefs, and chronic fatigue syndrome, schizophrenia, nervous breakdown, Epstein-Barr syndromes, phobias and fears, and bad and good spirit. That is an extreme example of that. Now what are the side effects? Side effect is this, that you start feeling young, 10 years, 20 years. This is what marma is. So now let's go into practical. There are few marmas which I do regularly. I work with about more than 400 patients a day and about 100 telephone calls a day. Now the question is, how do I remain alert and aware in all situations? So there are some few marmas which you can do daily, and there are some few marmas which will talk about how to remove the fear. So one is for alertness and awareness, this marma. It is in between your nose and the lips. So how much is the pressure? You can press the pressure till you get little pain, not more but medium. So, and what is the marma? Always any marma 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is one process, and second, you have to take a deep breathing. So this is the marma for alertness and awareness. My guru said, yeah, please.
Is that in between the nostrils, or where the nostrils meet the lips? Where the middle, between the nostrils?
Yeah, between middle.
Between the nostrils above.
No, not nostril. Here, in between. When a person is suffering from epilepsy, we have many cases, when you see some person who is having epilepsy, or the person is very dull. Many people, you speak to them and they are little dull. They are not alert. Or suppose now, say you are having a jet lag and your consciousness is little low. Then a step further. So then this point. Yeah, press the finger now. Okay, can you come here? Yeah, I'll show you in somebody. One or two people can come, so I can explain you, and yeah, please. Yeah, no, first you make this 6 marma, so then there is little alertness, and then you press and take a deep breath. So there are 2 processes. Now take a deep breath, take out. Take out. Again. Now also I found out, my guru said 90% people don't know how to breathe. 90% people don't know how to breathe. So I will also tell you how to have a right breathing, because what you are doing is not a right breathing. So I'll tell you. Also we will do one thing now, because it is a practical seminar. So we will do, and I will come there. If you are not doing properly, I can tell you. Isn't it? Because there are 7-8 strategies which I want to teach you, but this is the basics. So if you don't know the basics, you cannot go further. Second, how to breathe. So first you observe this marma, and then second is breathing. Now take a deep breath. Take out. Now when you take breath, this has to come up. Because when you breathe in, the stomach has to come up. Normally what happens, people breathe, so the breath doesn't go, the breath doesn't go inside. So now say this. Again. Now take out. Very good. Again, take in. Take out. Do you see the difference? Yeah, what difference did you see? Yeah, here. And the tightness is less. Yeah. Immediate. Yeah, please. Can you speak a little louder?
My shoulder is relaxed.
Relax.
And my mind is like a clear.
Like a clear. Right. Yeah, please.
Okay. I feel relaxed on my shoulder, and my mind looks like free. It's empty. It's nothing much in my mind. Just I'm here.
Very good.
I feel
Because the purpose is awareness. So you are there. Now what happens when there is agitation, anger? Where are you? You are in your body or you are in your mind? Mind. Also emotions. So then what would you look at the reality? So your perception is different. You can't see. My guru said we hear but we don't listen. We see, we look but we don't see. Many things. So this marma makes you so flexible so that you are there at that moment. So we'll do a lot of marmas now. Please. You want to? Yeah, same thing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any marma 6 times. And then go deep. Take a deep breath and take out. Very good. Very good. Take a deep breath and take out. 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 Do you see something happening here? Circulation?
Yeah, I feel like energy.
Yeah, coming out.
Yeah.
Can you share? Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel more aware that there's energy like coming up
Very
to
good.
the top of my head.
Immediately there is a circulation. And then the mind starts functioning. It's there, alert. So I want to show you many marmas. So first we'll have a small experiment. We can have 2 steps. One, because this is a self-help. So you can do yourself, and I'm coming there, and because I'm very observant. So if I feel that you are not doing properly, I'll immediately catch you. And if you still if you have a doubt, please tell me. Yeah, please. You are asking me questions that how many times we should do this. Yeah, I'm not able to hear. Can you?
How many times can you do? We're going to be doing this again right now because we just did it. How many times can you do it?
I do it many times a day. It depends upon the situation to situation. Now, I'll tell you very honestly, when I'm working with 400 patients a day, you won't believe me, I'm not boasting. I start working at 11 in the morning and I complete my job at 2 in the next day. 2 in the morning, next day. I work something like 15 hours a day. I take only 1 or 2 breaks only to go to bathroom, and I'm there 100%. Now, every 50, 60 patients, after every 50, 60, because what are patients? They are full of problems. And what are they doing? They are vomiting their problem. And what is my job? To inspire them, to give them energy, and to find out what is the situation. Now, after every 50, 60 people, I do this. And then I feel fresh, as if I have taken a bath. My guru said, when at 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock early morning, if a patient comes and if he feels that you are lazy or you are tired or you have no energy, that means you have not done marma. Just do marma. I have been sometimes working up to 3 o'clock in the morning, and the next day again I'm fresh. So this is marma. Marma is very powerful. These are such subtle points. In our India, we had 2 schools of thought. One was marma, which warriors used to use. Have you heard about Mahabharata war? In Mahabharata, these warriors were trained how to do marma so that person dies or person gets paralysis instantly or person is disabled. So that is also marma. These are some 108 subtle points. If you press those points, then you are finished. But I don't come from that school of thought. I come from school of thought of healing. So how do we have many cases of paralysis. After some murmurs, they start walking, running. I don't say only walking, running. I have some special experiences. Would you share your experience of that murmur, please? So by the time she shares, I can drink little water and then be with you. Please.
In June, I was living in New York and I was preparing to move to
Thank you.
California, and that was a lot of packing and lifting boxes, and my back started to get progressively more and more sore and more problems. I was seeing a chiropractor, and he had me on bed rest, and unfortunately one day I sat for 12 hours and completely blew out a disc. I went and saw him the next morning. I had to have someone help me dress. I could barely move. And he did an adjustment and put me on total bed rest. I had an appointment with Dr. Naram that had been scheduled for weeks, and I was determined I was going to go see it because I had seen him before, and I had no thought that he could help me with my back. And I hobbled in with a cane, and Sindhu asked me what was wrong, and I told her, and she said, well, talk to him because he does marma, which I didn't know what that was. Well, I hobbled in with my cane and sat down. He took my pulses. He proceeded to tell me which disc I had blown out, and said, I can do marma, come back this evening. And he gave me some cream to put on my back. So I made it back that evening. He put me down on the floor and measured my legs, and my one leg was 1.5 inches shorter than the other. This was after my chiropractic adjustment. And so he rolled me over, and he did just very gentle pressure points up my back and put some cream and some powder on my back, rolled me over, measured my legs, and they were even. And I stood up, and I couldn't believe it. I could walk. And he said, well, come back tomorrow just to be sure. I had this cane, and I felt like I was at this evangelistic tent revival thing. I wanted to throw it out the window and go, hallelujah, praise the Lord, I've been healed. And I mean, it was incredible. I went back the next day. My leg was 1/4 inch off. He adjusted me again. He showed me 6 points to press on my arm. He said, do this and you're good for the next 4 months. A week after that, I drove cross-country in my car, and I haven't had any problems with my back since. So, I'm a believer.
This is secret art and science of India, which was not written in any books, which was taught from Guru Parampara. We have a lineage. My guru he left his body at the age of 125. He had a guru, and whatever information I have, that my gurus was Lord Buddha's physician, pulse reader. So we are authentic lineage, we are coming from last 2000 years. This is from 6000 years, but this is an authentic lineage. Maybe from India, something went to China and it was known as acupressure. I don't know. But our certain things are very, very different. Because I also have some patients who are coming from China and who are acupressure and acupuncture specialists. And when such situation happens, maximum they can do is remove the pain. But here people start running. Now, have you heard about this? People suffering from L4, L3, L5. We make an X-ray. I give you a real life example. She is my first patient in Germany. Before 11 years, she came to us with this X-ray report. We did marma, we did panchkarma, some herbs. Her stress went away. That is all physical, emotional and psychological. But in real test, when she goes to Germany, they say we can't believe you because there is no L3, L4, L5. The X-rays are gone. The reports are normal. So this is marma. What is my purpose? Let me tell you very clearly. My purpose is not to make you my patient. My purpose of this seminar is to teach you the technology. A technology whereby you start flying in your way. I don't want to make you my slave because I want to be very honest. That's why I started first with my experience, then the source, what is marma. I want to give you the whole idea in this next 1.5 hours. And I just don't want to see that I keep certain hooks for you so that you have to come back to me. No. If you want to come to me, fine, welcome. But not for this. This I want to teach you 100% before I go from here. So that you are standing on your own 2 feet regarding this issue of how to manage terror, shock, anxiety, depression. Are we clear? Very good. In this whole technology, there are 3 basic processes. Process number 1. A. How to be alert. How to be alert and aware, which I showed you. Second, how to forgive and forget. How to forgive and forget. Then, how to be now happy with myself. How to feel good. How to feel good. How to be happy. How to be with your own self. Believe it or not, my guru said that knowingly or unknowingly, we are all programmed from our childhood. How to feel, how to think, how to ask questions, how to walk, how to do anything. We are all programmed. And we create our own perception about our own reality. And then we are not with ourselves. So our self is crying and we are running somewhere out. So many people, they go into alcohol, they go into drugs, they go into seeing movies, they go into overeating or whatever. The purpose is what? The purpose they are trying to search, that tranquility, their inner strength, their inner value. They are away. So we call it, in our Indian system, we say Atma. Atma, Atma means soul. So I am away from my soul. So either I am in mind, either I am in body, or either I am in emotions, but I am not with myself. And so I am not happy. And so I am searching. So I become a seeker. I go here, 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 here. So what are the marma techniques? If you apply properly, how do you be with yourself? And how do you enjoy existence? And the third process of this technology is how to create the future you want. So here we are going to deal with these 2 techniques very powerfully. First and second, because then you are with yourself. Then the third technique, if we have time, we'll do. If we do not have time, we cannot do. But the main purpose is this: how am I alert? How do I forgive? And then how am now present with my own self. You can call it soul or whatever you call it. You call any language. This is one. When I went to Kashmir to meet my guru, he gave me one special situation. He said, "32% people on this planet, 32% people on this planet, they fear death." He says this is coming from last thousands of years, and this will continue for thousands of years. Only you have to choose where you want to be. So 32% fear death, 32% fear life. Today is Monday, I have to go and work. Oh my God. No, they are not able to face it. Today, I have this. Oh my God. 32%. Another 32% people, they fear death and life, both. They become neurotic. They are afraid of fear. They are fear of death and also fear of life. And they are not enjoying. So how many percentage now remaining? 4. 4% they enjoy existence. They enjoy life now. And in Ayurveda, we had a school of thought where we were taught how to enjoy now, how to be now. Now my Guru said we are all programmed, knowingly or unknowingly. Do we agree in that? Are we programmed from childhood? I am programmed by my parents how to behave. Then my friends, how do I feel? Then my teachers and everybody. Now suppose we are all told daily. Now if you are in India, there are more than 1,000 messages that come to you how to feel and how to behave and how you feel about yourself or whatever, or what's happening outside and what's happening inside. But if you are in Europe, there are more than 3,500 messages come to you if you are in Europe. But if you are in USA, more than 7,000, because you are full of information. If you speak anything, you have some information about that. And more, you go into internet. And then you have a lot of information. So you are programmed by newspaper, internet, everywhere. Now the question is, how do I keep my own center? So this is an ancient wisdom of not information. This is about transformation. Let's be very clear. I'm not going to give you one more information. This is something about transformation. How do I transform my quality of life? How do I take charge of my life so that I feel good and I am with my soul? And my gurus, and we are from so many generations we have been doing this job. And my job is to tell you this, and I have been doing on myself. So this I learned from him. I had unimaginable problems in my life. I had problems with my father. The day I understood in my life, I found my father is always beating me. Now, those things were too much hurting me. Then when I became adult, I had some problems with my friends and different people. And then when I came into this job of serving people, serving humanity, and when I went to Kashmir, and then also I was having a lot of problems from mafias and many people. I became too successful and I had too many problems. And for that, how do I deal with that? So my Guru said very clearly, 1, forgive and forget. So first is focus and second is forgive and forget. If you do not forgive and forget, your life is stuck. Believe it or not, your life is stuck. You cannot see. You cannot even see further. So the question is, how do we forgive and forget? So there is a marma for that. 1 or 2 people can come, so I can explain you, and also when you do like this, people can see that. Now, we have to left and right. Now, according to marma philosophy, left is your past. Past. Okay. And right is your future. And you are standing now. So if you want to forgive and forget, where comes? Left. Very good. So, this is the left hand. So we go like this. How do you say this point? Thumb. Okay. Are you getting pain here or here? Both. Okay. So this is your marma. Huh? So this becomes, you have to find out your marma. To some people it is very nearer to the thumb here. To some it is little further. To some it can be deeper. Now this, if it is more further, that means you have the hurt. My guru said, if you have not forgotten certain experiences or some people, depends. I was in one class. We had one woman who was about 35 years old, and she had up to here, and then the pain was there. When she started pressing, after a few murmurs, the pain started disappearing, but then she suddenly remembered. She went into her own past, and she found out that her real brother had done sexually abused her with, and also her uncle, when she was only 3 years old. Now, to remove that, the whole emotions, because that is an emotions you are holding. You don't remember who is the person, but then she remembered that. And then she had to forgive and forget. The whole life now is different, totally different. Believe it or not, totally different. She is so successful now. She is in India, very, very successful. And we worked on her. No psychological discussion, nothing. Because you keep that emotions like this. And you carry on for many, many years. And this emotions you release. So there is a lot of discharge of that emotions, and then you are free. Okay, please.
How long did it take her to get over those emotions?
Very honestly, it took only 15 days.
15 days.
Yeah. From the first murmur she did, the next day her life was different. Very, very powerful. My father, whenever I used to see him, I used to perspire. Now I became very successful Ayurvedic doctor. Maybe I was trying to prove him that, see, I am successful. And still he said, this is like riding a bicycle. And that gave me a lot of hurt. So who was playing my life? He. But what was that emotions? This. So I started working with that whole emotions. And then I worked it out in such a way that today my father has become my friend. He comes every week, every Friday he comes to show the pulse. He is 87 years old. He is an old Gandhian and a naturopath. But he takes only Ayurveda. His blood sugar was more than 500 and today it is about 110. Still I have to do marma. Again, listen. He comes, there is some 100, 200 people waiting in queue. My father comes every Friday at 7 o'clock. He doesn't wait in the queue. He bangs the door, comes inside. There are some people who say, oh, old man, you can't go like this. He says, do you know with whom you are talking? This Dr. Pankaj Naram is my product. I created him. So you have to thank me for creating him. And then everybody is and then I start disturbing. I am disturbed. Immediately I say, Papa, wait a minute. Otherwise, if I have to see his pulse, how will I see his pulse? I need focus and awareness. So first I do this, then I do this. I am tranquil, and then now he is my patient. I look at him as a patient and I do 100% job. Before, if I never do like this, I was avoiding him. You are okay, don't worry. This. I see that he goes out of my office so that I am fresh for another people. But am I fresh for another person? No. No, the whole game was like this, that where I was losing, only losing. And I was trying to put my whole mental and emotional alertness, trying to do, but then again I was manipulating myself. I was not happy inside. I had actually lost myself. And today I can look into his eyes, be his friend and do. And today when I was coming here, he says, you can't go to America. There are so many chemicals and this bomb and that bomb. I said, Papa, I need to go. I have committed myself. The flight doesn't go, I will not go. He said, every day you must telephone me. I was shocked. My father telling me to telephone. So this marma helped me. I have not done any marma with him, but I have done with me. And my relationship improved. Totally, it's so different relationship. Otherwise, when I start perspiring. I cannot even be with him, talk with him. I had a dream to get married to a woman whom I like. How do I create the future? It comes in that. And my marriage was there. I went to invite him. He says, I disagree with whatever you do. I don't come to your marriage. And he never came. And also that gave me a hurt. So again, so I had so many hurts of his memory which I was taking care. This, again, what is this marma? This marma goes back to your past memory, one, and also past experience, that holding that experience. So it discharges that, and then you are free. So this marma is like a button here. So you can create. Now we are also, if we have time, we are going to tell you about the marma, the future you want to create. Now say, I give you a small example, real life example. I had a big desire in my life. Many. I had a desire that in 20 years I want to be the best doctor on this planet. What do you mean by best? I asked myself. I meant best means few things. One, I will be able to attract and see 100,000 people and serve them so that they send me other patients. One. Second, His Holiness Dalai Lama comes to my clinic and shows me the pulse. And Mother Teresa comes and shows me the pulse. Then I am the best. So this is my dream. Okay. So now so this is one dream. But then how do I put that into reality? Isn't it? So there are marmas where you dream. Then you put the dream into your marma. And then things happen into reality. So what is creation? So what is creation? We are going to talk about that. I just would like to know from you what you understand by creation.
To bring something into the present.
In reality, right? So creation consists of two things. Events and things. Like this. I give you a real life example. I am in my clinic. I have a dream. I had a dream. Not I have a dream. I had a dream that Mother Teresa is coming to my clinic. Now it is no joke. You need to create a lot of events and things that to happen. So it took me 3 years to do that marma. And one beautiful day, this great woman, she comes to my clinic walking. As soon as I saw her, I started perspiring. I'm saying, oh my God, she's here. She sits in there and says, Pankaj, I have come to show you my pulse. I take her hand and I also perspire. My hands are shaking like this. How do I touch such a great woman? What happens? Now my whole, what is this? Where am I? I'm in fantasy, right? I'm having little fear. So what do I do? So I said I want to drink water and I started pressing. She says, any problem? I said, I'm not in reality. I'm not now not ground. She embraced me. She said, you are my child. Feel comfortable. So beautiful, unimaginable. I felt as if I was 100 mothers. Such a beautiful hand, such a beautiful energy. And then she says, Pankaj, I like you. I said, I love you. She says, yes, I also love you. Now, can we work together on people with HIV? In India, so many people are suffering. And my old dreams are coming true. Tak, 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 tak. And I'm thinking, what is this? This is so powerful. It's real. It's really happening. But then when that happens, how do you take it? Also, it requires a lot of awareness. Otherwise, you are like this. Your awareness goes away. And when your awareness goes away, what happens to my quality of my work? It disturbs. So in this whole technology, there are three processes. Processes number 1, yes. Second, forgive and forget, yeah. And the third is, how do I feel good about myself? How do I be with myself? Very simple but very powerful marma. This is the marma. Now, you can't do like this or like this, but exactly like this. This is mudra. This is known as mudra. All mudras are marma. All mudras are marma. Nobody knew that. I'm giving you the secret. There are many mudras. There are so many tantric mudras. There are many like these mudras. Many. Okay, we don't want to go into that. But all mudras are marma. And this is a most powerful mudra where the whole world is on fire, but I can be tranquil. Whole world can be on fire, but I want to be tranquil. And this is very powerful. There is also one mantra for that. How many people you believe in mantra? Okay. If you want to do, you can do. I do. So you have to repeat that mantra with me. Aham Brahmasmi. Have you heard about this? Okay, now I give you the secret. Because what you heard or what you read is that. But there are some secrets which goes directly inside. So you can repeat this. Aham Brahmasmi. Om Shrim. Okay, we'll repeat 6 times. Because any mantra you have to repeat 6 times. Aham Brahmasmi. Om Shrim. Okay. Now how to sit? When you are sitting for marma, you cannot sit like this. Because you are making the energy go on a different level. So always on the ground. Important to have a ground energy. So whenever you do marma, you have to be in a power position. Because marma is creating power. Marma is creating power. You cannot, once the power is created, it has to flow. You cannot create your own blocks. And once with marma, the power is created, the purpose of that power is to remove the block. So if you make a block, it doesn't go. So one is like this, and then sit in a power position, clearly, not like this, but very clear. And then this. It works magical. You try this for 21 days. Any habit. Magic number 21. Write down. Magic number 21. Any habit. If you want to break a habit, if you want to break anything, 21 days. You repeat any mantra for 21 days. Now, how much time? Minimum 16 times. 16. Minimum 16 times you have to repeat. This is not Shri, this is Shrim. Now this Shrim has a very, very powerful effects. Shrim. If you speak mantra, fine. If you don't speak mantra, fine. With marma, mantras are there. This is a whole package. I don't give mantra, but this is the whole thing like this. And it is very powerful. So, again, how many marmas we have learned? Please, one. Then, forgive and forget. The rest. Now, here there are three situations. Situation is physical level, mental level, emotional level. And what this is an ultimate, we want to create a reality. I want to feel whatever happens. No, now say my father doesn't like me. I have not been able to complete certain things. Fine. But that doesn't give him a permission to make me feel horrible or make me feel low. Because I am doing this mantra and I am doing this marma. Whether I am doing mantra or not, but this marma goes directly to my soul and makes me feel good is very important. Without my permission, according to marma, without my permission, nobody can make me feel inferior. This is a hard, real work. What is marma? But also there are 2-3 situations. Because I don't know this, I have been abusing myself or allowing other people to abuse my body, my mind and my emotions. How do I take care? Interesting? Okay. So this marma, any two people can come so I can explain. Now let new people come. Yeah, very good. Yeah, please come. So I want you to now right. Now this is a marma, we call it fountain of youth, where you feel good inside. I have problems, but I feel good. My body feels good. You remember I gave some marma to you and you started feeling good. So this was similar. That was created for you, but this is anybody can do. So between these two, you have to take a point and then press. Any marma 6 times. So it should be on the right hand. Yeah, it's about the future. Very good. So now you are getting my point. This is the secret. Past, left. Future, right. Yeah. And in between. Yeah. Perfect. So, in between. Between elbow and wrist.
Halfway?
Huh?
Halfway.
Halfway. In between. Halfway. Yeah, fine. You got it? It should be on right. Because what is your experience is one thing, but I need to create now future. Okay, very good, yeah. But whenever you do, you remove this because you have to observe everything what I do. You can't do like this. You need to have clear and then do the marma. You need to go deeper because marma is going on body. Now this goes into the entire body. Are we clear? Yeah, please. No, not this. Sure. This one. Okay? This one. Yeah. This is your marma. This one. Yeah. No, here, hold on. Yeah. For alertness and awareness, this was breath. Here, you are only pressing the marma. You are only pressing the marma. Now, before I stop, there are 3 other slides which are not there. There are some herbal preparation which we give for removing this stress anxiety, fear, phobia. The name is Suridai. Sumedha. You know Medha? Medha means mind. And Subuddhi. And Pravalmoti. And this is Jivan Yoga. Jivan Yoga is for immunity. Now, like I found there is a big stress going on about anthrax. Anthrax? So in India, we have similar situation where we don't kill bacteria. We increase our immunity so that body creates its own bacteria to kill this bacteria. So Jivan Yoga works on that whole area of increasing immunity, because we don't believe in that. We believe in not antibiotics, but we believe in, and because he will explain you how we have been managing such situations in India by only increasing immunity. Now, last but not least, marma for mind and marma for emotions. Right? I promised you. So how many marmas we did? Can you repeat? Tell me. Forgive and forget. Okay. Then fountain of body. And now mind. Also this. Yes, very good. 5. An application of ghee. This is for jet lag. Any jet lag, and suppose if you, not only jet lag, but now suppose you have slept 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Now next day you need to work. I have seen many people, their lifestyle is like that. Now say me, I have never come home before 2 o'clock in the morning. And by the time I sleep, it is 3 o'clock. But if I have to get up in the morning, 7 o'clock fresh, 100% alert, then I do this marma. But if I don't, I sleep. I sleep till afternoon. Applying ghee and this 5. Okay, this is 5 marmas. Now 2 more marmas. Yes. So 7 o'clock I keep the alarm. 99% before alarm I get up. 6 times. 6 times. Any marma 6 times. Law number, I do 2 times. Before I sleep, I apply ghee so that vata goes down, but not marma. But when I get up in the morning, I apply ghee and do marma. So that makes me alert. No, night if you do marma, you can't sleep. 2 marmas for mind and emotions. So where was the marma? Here. Now, this is for mind. This is for mind. There are 3 joints. So first was for feeling good here. This is for mind and this is for emotions. The middle one. So this is for mind and this is for emotions. Okay, I will make it more clearer and easier. Right hand, and you press this. Because many times you cannot do it properly, so I am going to make it more clearer and easier. Right hand, and then you press like this. This one. This is for mind and this is for emotions. And how many? Any marma? 6 times. Perfect. What you are doing is right. This is for mind and this is for emotions. So you can do like this also, but I would suggest you to catch your finger like this. Not on the line, in between the lines. Our main purpose was what? How do I live in this chaotic world where there is a lot of stress, and we discussed the whole issue and what marma we can do, what herbs we can take, what diet we can take, what panchkarma is there. So this is what whole idea I wanted to give you. Thank you very much. I hope I have given my 100%. Thank you.